Greetings and welcome, one and all. It is time for Brony Dungeons and Dragons Season 4. And my goodness, our characters. Look at our characters. Can I take a moment to appreciate this lovely artwork?
Yay, Ellie!
Ellie is awesome.
Ellie went all out.
I enjoy doing the artwork, but I always get really embarrassed when you guys start talking about it like it's the next sliced bread or whatever.
Dude, you got my arm!
It's good.
Huh?
I just now noticed that Amber's arm.
Yeah, the new hand, the new claw. I like it.
Well, I didn't notice that. No. Holy cow.
Such an example.
Anyway, sorry. Anyway,
that's
reality.
I'm actually proudest of Amber because I've never dragoned before.
You didn't drag it before.
It looks great, honey. You did a great job.
I remember me and Ellie actually got into a quick talk about like the design of Amber because she did show me her designs for her. And I was upfront in telling Ellie that it is good, but I actually don't care for dragons having long necks. And then I showed her my version of Amber, and she noted that Amber didn't have so much as a long neck on mine, but I had a very long tail.
Yeah, you have this thing for drawing long tails on characters.
And you have a theme for long necks.
On dragons, sure. So I was like, between the two of us, we'll just make a piece of meat on a string.
Long horns don't play with long necks. Oh wait, I said that wrong. 3 horns. There we go. 3 horns never play.
You messed it up the first time.
Yeah. Well, I fixed it.
Can we also take a moment to appreciate that we happen to be starting the Season 4 episode on Aramau's birthday.
Happy birthday to you!
Happy birthday to you!
Happy birthday, dear, the love of my life!
And there went my teeth.
Happy birthday to you!
I am so excited! Best birthday present ever!
There's a better question. When are you not excited when it comes to D&D?
Trick question.
If someone just died.
It's a trap!
Anyways.
Also, I'm pretty sure that's rhetorical.
Yes.
Well, I am sure we have a great deal to cover today, and we are all itching to get started because our characters have so much emotional baggage to go through right now, and I have no idea how it's going to turn out.
Oh, I'm super freaking nervous.
Dungeon Master Josh Scorcher, you have been weaving this epic tale for us, and it looks like it's getting all the more interesting with each new chapter. What do you have in mind for us today?
I shall show you. In the finale of Season 3, the party traveled to Nessus, the final layer of Hell, and stormed Asmodeus' fortress of Malsheen in search of Geminia. The forces of Glacia and Mephistopheles were already there, looting the fortress in Asmodeus' absence. After moving through some strange puzzles, they found Geminia, physically and mentally scarred from her decade in Hell. But Asmodeus would not let her go so easily. He effortlessly dispatched Glacia and Mephistopheles and decided to bargain, to renounce his claims on the souls of the party, Hana, and Geminia. Owen was able to trade for simple information, but the rest of the party now owes Asmodeus one simple favor, and Amber owes a dirty favor. Ravis has left the group to rebuild the recently freed Drow, and the party is deposited in the Mysian forest, with only a cryptic warning from Asmodeus. The party succeeded in their quest, but at what cost?
Unblur, please. There it goes.
Yes. Before heading back to Directian, the group agreed that there were things that needed to be done. First, Jaminia needed to fully recover, not just her wounds, but she needed her strength and her mind to heal. Also, something needed to be done about Rose. It is the next morning. Faithurin, you and Donna have been scouting out the surrounding area for herbs. Hana has been peppering you with questions, but you have been more than accommodating to answer. And this is where the story continues.
Where are we?
I see black.
I see black and white.
There we
I still see black.
Hana sort of jumps into the water.
Oh, Hana, wait a
Oh,
moment.
there we go.
Take it easy, sweetheart.
Does it take away your memories? No,
No.
so I'm gonna jump.
I kind of can't swim.
What?
I never learned. My father didn't see it as important to teach me, so it was
it's
never
okay.
part of my education.
It's okay. It just goes up to your knees, or it might not even go up to your knees. You're taller than me.
Not by
It's
much.
nice. It's just nice to splash around in. Come splash.
Okay, just give me one moment. Faye takes off her boots and her skirt and steps into the water.
Besides, I think there might be some plants up at the backs.
My teeth are falling out.
Lucid, just watch my stuff, okay?
Lucid gives a very small nod and just sits on the rock next to your stuff.
Let's see. Do I have to roll like a survival check or a search check to look for herbs?
That'd be a whichever one is higher. All right. You're looking around this little cliff face, and you don't seem to be. You're not able to find like the particular thing that you're looking for.
Well, what kind are we looking for?
I'd have my list if my computer hadn't died. Well, there's a lot of herbs that would be helpful for all of us. I'm really just looking for things that would be good for aromatherapy.
Aromatherapy?
Basically, they're nice smells that have healing properties.
Okay. Hana hops out of the water and she starts sniffing around. Does she smell anything?
Not really.
If you see any bunches of purple flowers, let me know. I would like to find some lavender at very least.
Yeah.
Lavender. Okay. Oh.
I just dumped into the chat
This is the stuff. Thank you.
I knew where to look for it.
Thank you, Josh. Seriously.
Over here, this looks like it has like a clearing of bushes and whatnot.
Oh, Hana, you're so fast.
Well, I mean, there's just so much now. I don't.
Yes. What do you think of this realm so far? I know we've only been here a day, but
I feel like I can breathe a little easier. Like, there's not as much stuff in the air. And it's not as wet feeling in the air. Like, I think the word humid. It's not as humid. That's what it is.
Yes. The air in Bator is quite uncomfortable, but I do know that's what you've grown up with, so I imagine this must feel completely foreign to you.
I mean, it's not bad or anything. It's just different. I like it. It's just different.
Well, that's good to hear at least.
All right, what's around here?
All right, make another search check, Faithern.
I did.
Oh, you
She's not
did?
doing so hot.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm going to assume that I'm a little distracted by Hana's bouncing around.
Yeah. So.
Maybe there's a willow tree nearby here. I'd be able to identify that without a search.
Yes.
Is there?
Yes. A little upwards. Yeah, it's like towards the northeast. You find a willow tree.
Oh, the big one. Okay. This big one right here. Okay.
Let's take some of the bark.
Okay.
When you grind up willow bark, it makes an effective pain reliever.
Oh, okay. Hana uses her claws and just slices off a bunch of the bark.
Faye cuts off some of the bark using her dagger.
All right. Faithern, I'm gonna have to ask you to roll a spot check.
Okay. Oh, sure, I did well on that one.
All right, so as soon as you get closer to the tree, and then all of a sudden you get the smell of you smell lavender, like nearby.
Oh, there's lavender near here.
Ooh, okay. Purple. Like my blood. Okay, I'm looking for...
It
Blood
would
color.
actually be closer to the color of my hair. It's a lighter purple than your blood.
Okay, Faye hair color. Got it.
All right, so you look around and you do see like these very light purple plants.
Are these ones? I think I found them.
Yes. I'm going to gather some of that.
And then
All right.
and then whatever she leaves behind, Hana picks up like from the ground, like she picks up the dirt and with the flowers in it. She's like, I got the rest.
All right. With that, we are going to move on to someone else.
Oh, black screen for me.
Well, I mean, we're not there, so I was expecting that.
Yeah. All right. So, need to fix that then. All right. So, Owen, like every morning you begin your prayers to Alidamara. What do you say?
There is much that we need to discuss today.
Why do you sound so terrifying?
I'm just gonna mute.
A very familiar cat hops up onto a rock.
Good morning. As I'm sure you're already well aware, we had to go through some pretty harrowing circumstances, making some very scrupulous deals in order to return to this plane of existence. And yet, thinking everything over, I am nearly certain that you knew I would impart certain critical information about you that you had already been planning around that little tidbit getting out.
It was less of me planning around it and more of hoping that it would happen. I planted a seed a long time ago, and I was really banking on it blossoming, and it appears that it has. But I must say, goodness me, it feels like it's been a century since we last spoke. Was it a decade? Oh, eternity certainly makes you lose track of the time. Ooh. But I must confess that I did not know about a lot of the things that you have just said to me because I've been trying to reach you for years. But Asmodeus' influence over his domain blocked my attempts.
I'm surprised that you're willing to speak his name. I thought that would give him privy to our conversation.
Oh, he's very privy to our conversation, and quite frankly, I don't give a darn.
I see.
Because the things I am about to say are not going to help him.
Go on.
Well, I was about to inform you of some very bad news, but he looks over at the cottage behind you. I suppose it can wait. You have errands to run both here and in Direction. But I have something for you. I was able to broker a deal with that sedentary bookworm Bokob. And now that I've said his name, I know he can hear me, but again, I don't care. Now that I think about it, he probably doesn't either. Anyways, here is the deal. He holds out his paw, and a small white and black crystal attached to a leather necklace just flashes into existence. This is a planar touchstone. Would you like the short explanation or the Phaethuran explanation?
Screw you!
Well, since you said that, maybe we should go for the Phaethuran explanation.
Fuck! You're a butt.
He's playing a character. Anyways, these are developed by Bokob the Uncaring to gather information on any subject, such as fire, trickery, healing, etc. Because he refuses to get out of his chair, he has other people gather information for him, using these rocks. Bokob only gives these out for two reasons. To people he trusts, and people he believes to be an authority on something. The cute thing about these little rocks is that they are certainly ravenous about their knowledge, and they are filled with so much that merely touching it will give you abilities without you noticing. And your little show with the Balor all those years ago was all I needed to convince him that you are very much an authority on luck. While those who come into contact with you will still feel the weight of your curse, with this stone, you yourself will be able to tip the scales. Now, there is a caveat to this. With this planar touchstone, you must venture to the Outlands to, shall we say, check in. Not immediately, just periodically. So, he shoves it closer to Owen. Do you accept?
This stone, it will give me power over luck.
Indeed it will.
you're giving me the first anything in my life that allows me to have power over the very thing that has haunted me.
I wanted to give you this sooner, but it was really, really hard to convince Bocop to give it up. But the banner was the final little push I needed.
I'm sure you already have alternate motivations for granting me this. But I've come to expect that, yes.
You've been spending too much time around me.
Is there anyone else who knows you as well as I?
Nope.
I was afraid of that. I think I already know more about your eventual plans than anyone else might let on.
Ooh. I certainly hope not. That would make me predictable. And if I am predictable to someone as not as far-seeing as you, then, well, that means I'm in trouble. Yeah, but he tilts his head and he's staring at you very intently. I'm pretty sure that you've got an idea of part of the scope of my plans, but not everything. That wouldn't be any fun.
I think I would be genuinely terrified if I knew every aspect of what you have in mind. But that is another part of my existence that I've come to accept. There are other things I have in mind on how to help others in our little troop. But unlike you, I am wary of him listening in. So I'd best keep myself the only one privy to that information for now.
Indeed. You see him kind of look off into the distance. Wait, hang on. I need to take this.
Seriously, dude.
Oh dear, is that happening now? Sorry, I have to cut this short. Must skedaddle. People are dying, things are on fire, that sort of thing. Ta-ta!
Just another day.
Wow.
The fact that he's so blasé about that is even more terrifying.
Fairthird and Hana walk in. They notice you in your kneeled and prostrated position.
Oh, look. She shows him the clump of dirt with the flowers.
Hana, wait. Sweetheart, I've been trying to tell you we need to clean the dirt off of those.
But maybe the dirt has healing properties too, because they've been stuck in the lavender. They're soaking in, right?
They grow from it. Oh, I have so many things I need to teach you.
So, morning, Owen. Are you doing okay?
I don't know yet. There is still much that we must go through this morning.
Hana picks one of the flowers out of the dirt clump and hands it to him. Maybe that'll help. She said it's good for relaxation.
I have to turn it into scented oils first, Hana. I need to treat the flowers.
One flower won't do anything. Besides, he needs to relax.
I suppose you have a point.
Here. She holds it out to Owen.
Owen very carefully takes the flower without laying a finger on Hana herself.
All right. Come on, Faye, let's go.
Why are
smash
there
some
two
flowers.
lucids?
Oh, there are two lucids.
Oh, whoops.
Why?
Bad loading.
Yeah, we only need one. Trust me.
Yeah.
Come on, Faye, let's go smash some flowers.
It's not so fast. Oh, and you should come in too. The scent of the lavender might actually be helpful for you.
Whee! Can I throw them on the ground and smash them yet?
No.
All right.
Come in. Come in here. I'll show you how to do this.
Okay.
This is adorable.
Yep.
Ah! What's that, Amber? That's awesome.
Oh, I look awesome.
Yeah, I changed Amber's art too. I thought this would look better.
It looks awesome.
I look awesome.
All right. The three of you walk into the cottage. You see Ivan plucking away at his strings, stopping and starting at random points. Amber is sleeping next to Jaminia, almost kind of having a half-lidded expression. You see Jalaram sitting on his bunk, reading another book. And you see Jaminia facing away from the door, also reading a book.
Hey.
That's Jaminia moves up and says, "Is Hana there?"
I'm over here.
Shoot. Does anyone have something I could use as a blindfold?
One
Why?
moment.
I don't want to have no
She doesn't-
offense, darling. I don't want to have another problem.
Oh, okay. She ducks behind Owen.
That's adorable. Faye tears off a strip from her skirt and hands it to Jaminia.
Jaminia just very... It's like you could tell that she's gotten a little bit of her strength back, and she just ties it up. She kind of fumbles a little bit, but she's eventually able to get like this makeshift knot. All right, I think that's so. It's how was your little excursion outside?
I got flowers.
We were able to find some herbs. I got some willow bark for you, and we found some lavender.
It's something, I suppose.
Just give me a moment to prepare them, okay?
All right.
Faye gives Jaminia's hand a gentle squeeze and then goes over to the table.
Hana hands her the, holds out the clump so that she could take the flowers if she wants.
I think it's time to actually break out my old alchemical pot. Now, I want to make this clear, Hana. This is a special cauldron. This isn't normally how you do this, but I think it's just better to expedite this process. And she breaks off a bunch of the flowers and just kind of stuffs them into the cauldron.
Okay. Hana sits on the table next to the cauldron to sort of peek in. Because she's very, very curious.
Very curious.
Mm-hmm. Curiouser and curiouser, you know.
So I'm assuming that it's all liquefied now?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to take it over to the fireplace and hang it over the fire to let the lavender liquid kind of start heating up and fill the room with the scent of lavender.
Boy, I'm really glad Hana doesn't share my allergy.
Yeah, that would suck.
Aww.
Yeah, it's like you notice that Shiloh has perked up from his bed and he gives a small sneeze.
That's so cute.
Faye looks over at Rose on the bed front because of Shyla's sneeze, and she just sighs very sadly.
Oh.
And you can kind of hear, like, as the smell of lavender, like, pervades the room, so does... Ivan's just kind of, like, starting and stopping with his lute and, like, progressively tuning it, just trying to get the right note, but he just can't seem to get it right.
Faye looks over at Ivan. Faye looks over at Ivan. Are you all right? I've never known you to have trouble with your lute before.
Huh? Yeah.
Are you sure? You've been very quiet since we got back. That's not like you.
And then while Faye, like, slowly gets closer to Ivan, he actually breaks one of the strings while trying to tune it. Can I be excused for a moment, please?
Ivan?
Amber watches him leave.
Faye looks at Amber for a second, but then she goes after Ivan.
Okay.
Hana, kind of, she crawls for a second over near Jaminia, but then kind of thinks better of it, and then just goes next to Jalaram.
Smart move.
And sort of...
Just saying, smart move, because I would have reacted differently.
Yeah. And she sort of peeks over, like, at what Jalaram is reading, but she can't quite understand it.
Jalaram doesn't notice her. He's deep in thought, reading.
Mm-hmm.
Amber sad. Amber sings sad song. Oh.
Thank you for following up with that.
I knew you were going to do it. I was waiting for it.
Dang it.
I love it. Oh my gosh. Yona is best. Everything.
Yona is best Jack.
Yona's best everything.
Yes.
Getting a little bored with not being able to read what Jalaram says, Hana looks over at Rose, who apparently has been unpolymorphed from a pebble.
No, I thought that she was back to normal.
I said unpolymorphed from a pebble.
Unpolymorphed.
Yeah, she's unpolymorphed.
I didn't hear the un.
Owen, what do you do with dead people here?
Amber snarls.
You see them. I'm sorry, I'll go to the corner.
It was like Amber just snarls at Hana.
What?
Show some respect.
I'm trying to. I want to know what we should do. So I don't know what to do here. When someone dies in Bartor, you just... When someone died in Mineros, other devils would eat them. I don't think that's what we should do with Rose. So
Amber smashes her fist into the ground. You remember how you felt when Arthkoth left. That's how we feel about Rose. Be a little more compassionate. Amber turns away and puts her head on Jaminia's lap.
Hana, thinking about that, reaches out and pets Rose's hair, but doesn't say anything anymore. And then she whispers. And then she whispers to Owen, "I just didn't want to have to eat her."
Does Amber hear that?
No, come on! Let her have that one!
Okay, fine.
She said she didn't want to have to eat her! Dang it! She doesn't want to eat Rose! She doesn't know what happens up here!
To be fair, there are edible roses that exist, but...
Hey!
Get out!
I'm a terrible human being.
You are a terrible human being. Okay. I'm a sad dragon.
Why did Jalrum do trap sense?
Why did Jalrum
Just I'm reading one of the books and
Yeah. Yes. So yes, as you're reading through the books, it's like you're finding the Netherese Empire book particularly fascinating. Just you're not sure why. It's just you find the ingredients for the spell interesting, and the fact that there appears to be, it's like Faethern has explained to you like simple things about magic, like you know that there are sort of spell levels, like certain spells that are a little more complicated and require a little more acuity to cast.
Good word.
And the spell of Karsus Avatar. You feel a compulsion to ask Faye about this.
Subtle.
He closes the book, and without saying anything, he just walks outside to talk to Faye.
Mm-hmm. All right. Good gravy. All right.
Good grief, such somber.
Such somber, very depressed. Wow.
I think our cabin's haunted. I don't know why. It's just every time I go in, all I hear is "Get out."
Never sing sad song.
Okay.
All right. Moving on to outside now.
Yeah.
We need to come on, work with me.
Function. Website.
Work with me here.
Functionality. Feng shui. Functionality.
Feng Shui website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ivan is gonna be. I want to be by the lake.
Which one?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
There's a lot of them.
Like this one right here.
The big
Yeah,
one.
the big one on the rock right there.
Okay. Faye walks over to Ivan slowly.
And you can hear him he's kind of trying to tune the lute with his vocals, trying to make him match up.
Ivan, can you stop that? Cal, please.
I didn't do anything.
That was Finn.
That was Finn? Oh.
Yeah, that was
sorry.
Finn.
That was so high pitched, I thought it was Kelsey.
My voice.
I'm
Finn's got
sorry.
pipes, anyway.
And then he just kind of he slumps over and just kind of lays back on the rock a little bit, full body just laying on the rock. And then he looks up at the clouds. It's like, what do you guys think? Was I out of tune? And then they just kind of float by. Yeah, I thought so.
Faye comes over and just gently touches his shoulder.
Oh, hey, Faye.
Ivan, are you okay? Seriously. Ever since we got back, you've been acting very distant. That's something I expect more from Owen than from you.
I don't know.
Excuse me.
I mean, after everything that just happened, I was kind of hoping to use this time to unwind. And when I need to unwind, I play songs. I play them when I'm happy, sad, or whatever. But the problem is, every time I try to play a song now, it just doesn't feel right. If I try to release my sadness, then anger gets mixed in. If I try to, play something happy, a little sadness gets mixed in. And I don't know, my songs aren't as harmonious as they used to be, and I'm trying to find out why.
Is it because of Amber? You haven't so much as looked at her since, well...
I know. It's a lot of things, but I'd be lying if I said Amber wasn't at the forefront of it. I mean, she's made brash decisions before. It's part of who she is. It's part of the reason I love her. But this is a big deal. I mean, making a deal with one of the devils to do something that you know for a fact you're not going to agree with. And that could be literally anything.
Ivan.
And she didn't even give me the opportunity to take her place.
She wouldn't have let you. You know that. She did what she did to protect us. She'd never let one of us take the hit for her.
But she's not looking at the big picture. What about us? What about her? What about her team? This deed could be anything in the world. I mean, I don't know. Am I being selfish for thinking I should have done it? I should have taken the hit for her? Am I wrong for thinking that maybe what she did was brash and not well thought out? Should I just trust that she knows what she's doing? Do I even know that she knows what she's doing? Was this impulsive? Was this well thought out? I don't know.
Faye kneels down and pulls Ivan into a hug. It's okay, Ivan. You can let it out.
It's not okay. I don't know if it's okay anymore.
You're not selfish for feeling the way you do. And I would be lying if I said I wasn't worried about Amber too. And I won't lie. The odds are she doesn't know what she's doing. She doesn't usually. But she does what she does because she listens to her heart so much. And her heart always tells her to protect her hoard. To protect her diamond. You know why she did what she did. And I know how terrifying the prospect of whatever favor Asmodeus could ask her to do is. I really have no idea. Oh no.
Yeah.
And then she covers her mouth for a second. And then she just hugs Ivan for a few minutes. I'm sorry, Ivan. But for whatever it's worth... Ah! What the F?
It wasn't me, I swear.
Mood ruined. Anyway.
It's alright.
For what it's worth, I doubt that he'll have her do anything as simple as hurt any of us. That would be too straightforward and simple. And if there's one thing he is not, it's simple.
You're right. I guess, considering the position we're in and how much we've had to go through and how much I hope we'll be going through in the future, sometimes she needs to think with her head and not her heart. I mean, it's been hard enough for me to learn that lesson.
I know.
Back when I was just traveling, listening to my heart was all I did. If someone needed help, I helped them without hesitation. If someone needed a hug or friendship or just a pat on the back, I gave it to them without even thinking. but now I'm starting to realize when life's on the line, when your friends are on the line, you need to think with more than just your heart. And I know that Amber just wants to keep her horde safe, but if she doesn't think these things through, worse things are going to happen to us.
I know.
Worse things are going to happen to her.
And that's exactly why we need to stay with her. We need to help her learn that, and we need to stay by her until she does. And after as well. Nothing's going to be simple. So we have to be strong. For her and for ourselves.
That's what I've been trying to do this whole time.
Faye places a hand on Ivan's head. For the record, Ivan, it's okay to not be strong every so often. I genuinely see you as the strongest among us. For your unwavering heart. But it's okay when you need to let it out too. We're your friends and we're here for you just as much as you're here for us. I promise. And Faye hugs him again.
Then Ivan looks up at her with like little tears in his eyes. It's like, can I let it out now?
Of course. Faye just quietly strokes his hair while he cries it out. Oh my god, this is breaking my heart.
He kind of presses his face into her chest and just keeps crying.
Better?
A little bit. If I could be honest with you for 1 second.
Of course. No. Was that in character or out of character?
In character.
Huh?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Hi, JLM.
Hey. I know this may seem important, but Jalorm shows Faither in the Empire book, and specifically the part about the Avatar.
Ivan, can we talk more later?
He has a piece of paper he's been keeping in his pocket, clutched in his hand, but he puts it back in his pocket. Yeah.
She gives him one more super tight hug, and then she also kisses him on the forehead.
Ivan kind of hides his face.
What is it, Amael?
I've been nothing but reading this entire time, and I've been just looking over this the spell. I show her the part about the ingredients about Karsa's avatar.
Right. All right, so Faye, I'm gonna have to ask you to roll a Knowledge Arcana check.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Woof.
All right, fantastic. So, you're not sure you've ever heard of the spell Karsus's Avatar before, but one thing that you do know is that there are spells beyond level 9. There are 10th level spells, and there are 11th level spells, but you know that they are impossible to cast. 10th level spells include Proctive's Move Mountain, Maven's Create Volcano, the Lolam's Longevity. 11th level, Proctive's Breach. You theorize that whatever this spell Karsus's Avatar is, it's beyond even a 10th or an 11th level spell.
This sounds pretty powerful.
Well, the spell was created to usurp and take the place of a deity.
I don't know what's good it's going to do for me. But...
Wait, what?
Sorry, it's just... he closes the book and starts walking back to the cottage.
Jalaram, wait, what did you mean by that?
I had him.
Huh?
I had him. I had one up on the Lord of Devils. Walks back up to the tree. And they just moved the freaking finish line!
Wait, what? I didn't even understand what you said because you said that.
And then he moved the freaking finish line.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jalaram.
Could have been out of this scot-free. He knows it. He just won't admit it. Like you can see him visibly, like, frustratedly breathing.
Ivan comes over and hugs his legs a little bit.
And Faye kind of lays her head on his shoulder, trying to comfort him.
He just doesn't like to lose.
He's the Lord of Devils. Of course he doesn't like to lose. He is the fallen angel. So, yeah. We were out of our depths, but you... I'm amazed. If he had acknowledged what you said, even for an instant, you would have won. You're right.
I could even made a sweet deal. Heck, even the deal that we currently have, where we owe him a favor as long as it doesn't, affect our alignments. Everyone would have won. But no, we owe him a favor, and yet I still feel like we lost.
Amael, you're not blaming yourself for how things went down, are you?
Jalum just hangs his head low.
Jalaram, it's not your fault.
No, I just want... I always envisioned that I always come out unscathed. Even before all of this, even dying, I somehow come out unscathed. Twice, mind you. If I die a third time, I bet Erevan owes me a pint of beer.
Okay, callbacks.
Funny.
I just want everything to turn up well.
Well, you can't blame yourself for instances where you don't save the day 100%. You're not perfect, Jalron. Part of the reason we're always there for you.
We follow you for a reason, Jalaran.
And looks like I'm stuck there. I think I already told you this, Faye. I don't think I told Ivan this, but I never saw myself as a leader. When I was with the Dishonor Brigade, I motioned over to let's just walk back to the cottage. I always saw myself as equal. Oh, sorry.
That was me. Sorry.
Okay. I always saw myself as equal with the rest of my party. Everyone had an equal contribution to the group. If one person had an excellent idea, we'd figure out, okay, how are we get to... Oh, apologize for that noise if you heard that. If there was an idea that someone had, we always had, okay, how do we get from point A to point C? Assuming that point B is like some weird tangent.
Or a side quest. What? Sorry.
No, you're not.
No.
But I knew. But when Jaminia was taken from us, and no one said its leadership just sort of fell into my lap. And now I know Jam is not ready to lead right now. And I feel like that burden is now on me, and I have to put on my thinking cap, put on my non-existent sense motive ring that Ravis currently has, and figure out what to do next. But right now, I don't know what to do next.
Faye grips his hand. That's okay. Jem didn't always know what to do, even when she was in charge. You don't have to be perfect to be a good leader.
Yeah. The idea of being a leader is not leading by perfection. It's just leading by example, and maybe sometimes running into mistakes and then being able to fix those mistakes.
It's doing the best you're able, and you've always been the best among us at doing the right thing and making the hard calls.
We don't want you to be perfect, we just want you to be you. Because you are one of the best people on the team we could ask for.
And you're certainly the best husband a woman could dream of. And Faye blushes a little.
Jalrum smirks and kind of blushes.
And Ivan kind of like a knee level kind of pushes them together. Bring it in. Bring it in.
Hey.
Come on, you guys are cute. I want to see cute. It makes me happy.
Y'all should kiss.
No, Faye.
You should kiss. Jalrum just like, all right, fine. Leans in for a kiss.
Faye kisses him.
And Ivan is like hopping up and down and rapidly clapping.
All right, let's
Oh boy, Lucid's typing.
We're doomed.
Be silent, Featherbrain.
Let's just go inside. All right. I think
Yes.
let's just go inside.
I still need to prepare the willow bark for Jaminia.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yes. No, it's inside.
Oh, that's why I meant like